It's been almost 30 years since Elizabeth Montgomery passed away. Famous for her role as Samantha Stephens on Bewitched, a surprising discovery has shown us a different side of her life. With just a subtle twitch of her nose, Elizabeth Montgomery captivated audiences as the cunning witch Samantha Stephens on the beloved show Bewitched. But before we start, join Did You Know family so you never miss an upload from us. Her off-screen persona was just as mesmerizing. Known for her genuine and humble nature, Elizabeth was regarded as one of the least pretentious stars, particularly by those who worked alongside her. This grounded quality endeared her to fans and colleagues. But one person seemed impervious to Elizabeth's enchantment: her father, Robert Montgomery. A renowned movie star in his own right, he married Broadway actress Elizabeth Allen, who eventually abandoned her career for her husband. Despite his love for his daughter, Robert never wanted Elizabeth to pursue acting. Even though he offered her numerous opportunities in his series, he disapproved of Elizabeth's acting ambitions. According to Herbie J. Pilato, a writer, actor, and producer of Bewitched, their relationship was fraught with tension. They were at odds with each other on various matters. Pilato explains that despite Elizabeth making her TV debut in an episode of Robert's anthology series Top Secret, her father never wanted her to become an actress. He hoped she would opt for a more traditional path, settling down to marry and leading a quote-unquote regular life. Disagreements between Elizabeth and her father were a constant presence. Their contrasting political views only widened that rift. Moreover, Montgomery struggled to forgive her father for divorcing her mother and remarrying. Undeterred by her father's disapproval, she relocated to Manhattan and registered at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts. In 1951, she managed to convince her father to feature in his television program Robert Montgomery Presents. But his support was far from unconditional, as Elizabeth garnered more praise from her Broadway performances. Her father remained a stern critic, often sending her notes pointing out her onstage mistakes. Attempts to win her father's approval, such as her short-lived marriage to Frederick, common in 1954, were fruitless. Frederick, a young, wealthy, and handsome man, was well regarded by Robert, but the marriage was destined to fail as Elizabeth aspired to be a star, while Fred sought a more traditional wife. Her tumultuous relationship with her father significantly influenced her romantic relationships. Within a year of her divorce, she married Gig Young, an actor twice her senior and a troubled alcoholic. This rebellious act was a direct challenge to her father. Eventually, however, Elizabeth realized she could no longer endure the abuse and left Gig, finally breaking free from the shadow of her father's expectations. Love life. Despite facing personal challenges, Elizabeth's professional career flourished. She made appearances in numerous TV series and received the first of her 9 Emmy nominations. In 1961, while working on the 1963 crime drama Johnny Cool, she fell in love with the director William Asher. He became her third husband and father of their 3 children. They welcomed their first child, Bill, in 1964, but William encouraged her to keep pursuing her acting career. She eventually found contentment in both her personal and professional lives. Eager to collaborate on a project, William developed the sitcom Bewitched, which featured Elizabeth as a charming witch. The show became a massive success, earning William an Emmy in 1966. After entertaining the fans for 8 years, Bewitched concluded in 1972. During the show's run, the couple had more children, Robert and Rebecca, whose pregnancies were cleverly integrated into the storyline as Samantha's pregnancies. With the conclusion of the show, Elizabeth was keen to step back from acting and concentrate on her family. But William's ambitious spirit made it difficult for him to slow down, and according to their son Bill, this was the primary reason behind their eventual divorce. Behind the scenes, turbulence was taking hold. William's infidelity deeply wounded Elizabeth during the show's 8th year. Montgomery also fell for director Richard Michaels, leading to an affair that caused the demise of both their marriages and the end of the series. After filming finished in '72, the two moved in together, but their relationship lasted only 2.5 years. Eventually, Elizabeth's heart mended and she found her 4th husband, actor Robert Foxworth. They shared a blissful marriage until Elizabeth's untimely passing from colon cancer in 1995 at age 62. Following her death, Robert married actress Stacey Thomas in 1998. Meanwhile, the Asher brothers have been actively involved in their guitar restoration ventures, providing fans a peek into their workshop. Through a recent Instagram post, the uncommon photograph was shared on their company's official Instagram page, captured brother Luther's, Bill, and Robert. Elizabeth would undoubtedly be proud of her sons, who have succeeded in their chosen paths. While they didn't pursue acting careers, they're clearly passionate about their work. Her charm Montgomery was one of Hollywood's most attractive and sought-after actresses, captivating stars like Elvis Presley, Dean Martin, and Gary Cooper. But the stunning blonde faced numerous challenges in her quest for happiness, going through 4 tumultuous marriages and captivating many of Hollywood's leading men. As revealed in a fascinating new book, it's now understood that she grappled with her father complex, often becoming enamored of older men and pursuing troubled lovers. According to Herbie Palato's book, Montgomery enchanted every man she encountered, but seemed drawn to troubled men rather than nice guys. Her inclination towards the bad boy archetype could have been a manifestation of her defiance towards her father. Despite owning Bentleys, a Beverly Hills mansion, and making millions from TV work, Elizabeth had a darker side. In the early 60s, she was friends with President Kennedy, who was known for pursuing beautiful women. But if anything happened between them, Elizabeth never mentioned it. According to Palato, she was beautiful and alluring and always searching for love. When working with Gary Cooper on the court-martial of Billy Mitchell, Cooper became infatuated with her, which she appreciated since he was an older man. A stagehand witnessed the two alone in Cooper's dressing room, sparking a scandal on set. Among her most troubled lovers was former ballet star Alexander Goodenough, who later found success in films like Witness and Die Hard. Palato notes he was an alcoholic and she was drawn to him, perhaps hoping to save him, but he was abusive and self-destructive. Elizabeth had an affair with him while she was with the man who became her 4th husband. When Montgomery ended the relationship, Goodenough spiraled downward. A Hollywood insider claims he eventually drank himself to death. Illness and death. In the months leading up to her demise, Elizabeth Montgomery faced a battle with cancer. She had initially dismissed flu-like symptoms while working on Deadline for Murder from the files of Edna Buchanan, which she completed filming in late March 1995. By the time her cancer was diagnosed, it had already spread from her colon to her liver, making medical intervention futile. Determined not to spend her final days in a hospital, Montgomery opted to return to her Beverly Hills home, which she shared with Robert Foxworth on May 18th. She passed away in her sleep a mere 8 weeks after her diagnosis and 33 days after her 62nd birthday. On June 18, 1995, a touching memorial service was held at the Cannon Theater in Beverly Hills. Herbie Hancock performed music while Dominic Dunn reminisced about their early friendship in New York City. Other speakers included her husband, Robert Foxworth, who read sympathy cards from fans, as well as her nurse, brother, daughter, and stepson. Elizabeth was cremated, and her remains are at Westwood Village Memorial Park Cemetery. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite memory of Elizabeth Montgomery? Let us know in the comments section below.